By this time, you're a household name. You go to London, your home, Crystal Palace. But the quality of players that you have then are very different from the ones you had at Manchester City.
Yeah. That was I really enjoyed that time. I really enjoyed when I went to Crystal Palace. I changed the club. I changed it from being a dull, ordinary club, you know, into being a really happy club, tremendous supporters, good cup run, you know, doing well in the league, bringing in young players, building probably the best youth team that they ever had. Went 2 years without ever getting beat. I really enjoyed that year.
What was interesting about that was that having worked under Joe Mercer, you go to Crystal Palace and you find a great coaching protege. Well, don't find it, but you work with him, Terry Venables. What was that relationship like?
Yeah, it was excellent. I mean, Terry came as a player. I sold the left winger to a boy from Swindon Town.
Don Rogers?
Don Rogers, yeah. I sold Don Rogers to Queen's Park Rangers. And I took Terry Venables, and he came and he played for me. And after about 6 months or so, I said, Terry, you're getting slower and slower. You know, I said, you're better off coming and working with me on the coaching side. Because I knew he was a good coach. You know, I knew he was a very bright boy. And he came and he worked for me. But that day, that night, he walked out of my office and he's walked down the passageway. And when I said to him, you know, I want you to finish playing, he said, I wouldn't accept this from anybody else but you, he said. And he walked out of the office. And he came back 2 minutes later, banged on the door. I said, come in. He said, Happy New Year. It was New Year's Eve.
So did he accept your terms? You mentioned the cup run. And of course, it was the introduction of the flamboyant Malcolm Allison, the fedora. What prompted you to wear that hat?
My girlfriend bought it for Christmas for me.
But to wear it on that occasion was going to cause a sensation, wasn't it?
Now, I remember reading about a manager called Jack Tin, who was manager of Portsmouth. And somebody came to him, they were a mediocre side, Portsmouth. And someone came to him and said, how do you think you're doing the cup, Mr. Tin? He said, see these spats? He said, we'll win the cup with these spats. And I remembered that, and I thought, when they were making all this fuss about the hat, I said, see this hat? I said, we'll win the cup with this hat.
Good challenge by Whittle and brought away by Chapperton, and Peter Taylor is onside. Being joined now by Chapperton Square, but Taylor goes alone and goes well. Oh, it hit the bar! Chapperton's there! Here's Taylor again, and Palace now is stretching Chelsea. Chapperton's going inside again, there he is. On again for Taylor! Well, this man may well have won the tie in the space of 2 minutes. Just look at the joy on the Palace faces. Peter Taylor takes Chelsea apart, and Malcolm Allison raises the hat. Here's Harris. Wilkins! They're appealing for offside, but it won't be given. Wilkins has scored for Chelsea. Wicks! Oh, yes! The pressure is back on Chelsea and on Peter Venables to get his wall right. Whittle standing in it. Taylor! Oh, what a goal by Peter Taylor! And what a one-man performance he's making this for Palace. And no wonder Malcolm takes the hat off again.
The supporters were tremendous behind us, and we had some good young players coming through. It was a very exciting time.
Peter Taylor was one of those players, wasn't he?
Yeah, Peter Taylor, yeah.
Well, one of the few, if not the only player ever to play for England in a third division outfit.
Yeah. I always wanted to play a left winger out, a left-sided player outside right, or a right-sided player outside left. I always wanted to play that. You know. And when I saw him play, I knew I was going to sign him. I was going to make him my outside right. And he destroyed fullbacks. He destroyed teams, you know. he was exceptional down that right-hand side. He was exceptional. I mean, he used to bring the house down. The crowd used to go berserk.
People remember the good times, and certainly at Palace, they were good times. But you leave there, you're sacked. Galatasaray, 2 years, Plymouth Argyle,